sessions of the 12 legislatures assembly begins today. CM and Biren presented budgets for the year 2024-25 in the House. Transport business vehicles appeals for loan waiving in view of the economic distress faced by them due to the 15 months long crisis. Hello, welcome to ELITETV and you're watching Primetime English News. Let's see the now news in detail. Newly appointed Governor of Manipur, Laxman Prasad Acharya, took oath of office this morning in the Darbar halls of the Raj Bhavan in Falls. The oath of the newly appointed Governor was administered by the Chief Justice of the Manipur High Court, Justice Siddharth Mridul. Acharya arrived in Imphal on July 30 to a warm reception by the Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly T.H. Satyabrata Singh, various Minister MLA, Chief Secretary Dr. Vinit Joshi, Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh, DGP Rajiv Singh and other senior officials at the Raj Bhavan. Acharya has been appointed as the Governor of Assam and also has been given the additional charge of the Governor of Manipur. Earlier on July 30, took the oath as Assam Governor in Guwahati on Tuesday afternoon. The oath of the newly appointed Governor was administered by the Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, Vijay Bisnoy, as Srimanta Sankardeva Kalasetra in the presence of the Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, Cabinet Ministers and other dignitaries.
मुझे आकर के बहुत प्रसन्नता हुई। प्रकृति भी आपके साथ है और संस्कृति भी आपकी साथ है और देखा इतनी फुहारों के बीच में आकर के यहाँ ओथ लेना आप सबके बीच में मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। मेरी राज्य के सुख शांति समृद्धि की प्रभु से प्रार्थना करता हूँ। मिलूँगा, हम सब मिल बैठ करके अच्छा सोचना ही चाहिए, अच्छा ही सोचना चाहिए, जो उम्मीद करती है उसके अनुसार काम होता रहे।
अंदर की बच्चे से हमने एक्सपेक्ट हो गया है सिद्धा कोई यूथ एम्पावरमेंट की हम फजन यावरी करोड़ मरी मुकी माया द यूथ सिंह जॉब क्रिएट होने की प्रोविजन यावरी वुमेन्स एम्पावरमेंट की यावरी अदुग लोइना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर द साथै न पिरख जाने अदु इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पिरख पाए जे एम्प्लॉयमेंट लाकदोइनि जेने तकदोइनि अदुनि याम पॉजिटिव साइन न लौसे दो अखोई की साइट अखोई नाइबा अखोई यूनिटी लैसे अखोई यूनिटी लेतरगदि अखोई कनो तोरपंगा मोय के बाबा इशू दुदि पॉलिटिक्स सोनुगुमसे अदुगा पॉलिटिक्स तौबे या मफम द पॉलिटिक्स सोनबा अदुगा इशू बेस द पॉलिटिक्स सोनदबा कोई मसेन पुन सनमिनबा आइसेम खतंग अपील तौजने विद द कमिंग ऑफ द न्यू गवर्नर Acharya ji, the people of Manipur is very happy and very hopeful that peace will be restored at earliest with the coming of the honorable governor.
The sixth session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly has begun today at 11 a.m. with the Speaker T.H. Satyabrata Singh in the chair. However, the 10 MLAs of the Kuki-Jaw community did not attend the session despite they were invited to join the session by the Manipur's Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. The session is scheduled to continue through August 12, providing as platform for legislature to debate and deliberate on the various legislative matters. Today is the first day of the sessions. The first session was started with the questions as the first agenda. The first terrorist question was raised by Congress MLA K. Ranjit Singh and answered by the Wangban New Mine Minister's Water Resources in the Assembly. Awangban Newmai, given the reply of the Congress MLA, says that construction inside the riverbank is unauthorized. It is illegal. This will lead to the disturbance in the flow of the water freely along its streams. The government's officials recently found many unauthorized construction inside the riverbanks of the major rivers in the Imphal Valley. The district administration's Imphal East has evicted many illegal installations at the river banks of the Imphal River and Naga River recently. This illegal construction is one of the factors to make flash floods in the state, the ministers added. More to Imphal Tata AC Bolero Yodha Janans Transport Association Secretary Maisnam Abung during a press meet held on 31st July 2024 at the Manipur Press Club has drawn the attention of the state governments and the concerned authority to look into the matters of the waiving off of the vehicle loans, bills for the various banks in view of the current scenario of the economic distress in the states resulting from the 15 months long crisis. Speaking to the media persons, Maisnam Abung further stated that many individuals have availed vehicles loans from the bank to run transport vehicles from the Imphal to border towns More. However, the business has been hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, and this has further been aggravated by the current crisis in the states, which sparked off on May 3rd. Due to a halt in the transporting business, many people are facing severe economic troubles, while even the native residents have been pushed to the limits of the living life as a refugee in their own homeland. He added that due to the crisis, they are not able to clear the timely monthly installments of their loans. He continues that the due monthly installments were rupees 2 to 3 lakhs, but the same has compounded with the additional extra charges, and that due amount has reached rupees 5 to 6 lakhs. He thus drew the attention of the states and the concerned authority to look into the plight of the people.
Government Jersey. Koyu gaji ko number ma koyu yum da ju koy lepam chapam kham le gaji impan thola kan company na phara ge hare jum da khami mo na la ga thong ne ko na da koyu chi bana tru pai de tre bun men chi ngam dram ni na luon ji na mar mo ko imung je ta wa bo re ji reng ku tha bu re luon ji sing do moi gi tha gi sa ji biklak to mo ga koi je ma sa se men ta re hana lu pa la ni hum le mo ko la mari ma ga sale ko man sa se aduna adu de pina ko na da ko jing ngam de aduna ko ke ha te gari je law ro ko ke dan sa pha ga da ra ga he ne na ko ku tha re ko mun je ko wa de kham te ko chin ngam pha re je adu ha che ju ko men ta te ya de atu ma tam na ko gi kan je lon ji ko pi ko te ko him.
Chief Minister Biren Singh presented the budgets for the year 2024-25 in the House. In his budget speech, Biren Singh had expressed in the House that I rise to present the budget for the year 2024-25. At the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to the people of the state for their unwavering support during the hard times. During this time, we have received a number of good suggestions from the public, and we have started working on many of these suggestions for a meaningful outcomes. What we have all seen in the past 1 year is nothing but sort of a tragedy. I strongly condemn the loss of life, properties and a livelihood, which is the outcomes of the loss of trust between the communities. It is our collective responsibility to find an amicable solutions. One of the casualties of the unrest is our economy. Reduce our own revenues, collections, increase expenditures on security and relief operations, inflations, difficulties in the movement of goods and services, difficulties in the implementations of the project and scheme, etc. were a few of the challenges that we face. With normalcy returning to the states, our tax collection is showing a positive trend. I am confident that this improvement will continue during the current year. We continue to work on the economic recovery of our states, bringing and ensuring a peaceful and secure environments, rehabilitations, and support to those who are displaced, providing livelihood to those who without one, providing opportunity for the skillings and investing in quality infrastructures are some of the steps that we are taking.
Pakoti sani ni sumna mapan point ni phuga manga gi package amana relief amadi rehabilitation gi scheme sing salai na amadi hojik oiba santi rakha gi phibam asina sohan duna victim oiba miosin adugi rehabilitation gi damta approve to bi rakhi lanjener ba imung manung singe temporary shelter lising ahum sana na balba koti sama ga nifu manga ga point 10 tara nipan gi senfam scheme ama kendra sarkar na approve to bi rakhi sa scheme asina haksang da masi wegada diet sangom yerum oat na chingba amadi non dietary oiba complementary oiba matenga diaper amadi limsi tablet amasung relief camp khudimakta leidiba inmates in the one time support oina blanket flags amadi storage boxing pinaba lainaba piki scheme sing asigi damta rajya sarkar na su masagi resource gi fund sing su thadokre amadi matam gi oina center gi reimbursement claim tawri business activities amada sada kuntra gi subsidy loina na lupali sing yang khai phawu gi one time credit piri.
In a release issued by the groups My Manipur, it has been expressed that the Outer Manipur MP Alfred S. Kangamatha has echoed the Kuki community's demands for the separate administrations, which they have been advocating since the onset of the violence in Manipur. The release added that this alignment indicates that they share the same agendas and interests, which contradicts the general public's will. In a statement, My Manipur fathers expressed that MP Arthurs even visited Churachandpur and negotiated with the ITLF for political administrative solutions ahead of the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections. The Congress parties replicated the British colonials' divide and rule policies, creating divisive divisions between the hills and the valleys in Manipur. It was the Congress that fractures Manipur and facilitated the entries of the illegal immigrants in 2005. The people of Manipur will never forget the Congress party's malevolent actions. During his tenure as MLA, Arthurs orchestrated the appointments of 2 chief secretaries in Manipur to further divide the hills and the valley. In Parliament, he attempted to obscure the Congress party's past misdeeds by demanding the removal of the chief minister, aiming to achieve their long-standing political agenda. However, the people of Manipur can clearly see his motives. Arthurs falsely claims that he had not since the Home Minister visits Manipur after May 3, 2023, despite the Union Ministers of the State for Home Affairs staying in Manipur for more than 25 days. By visiting Churachandpur and conspiring with the Kukis community, Arthurs has revealed himself as the adversary of the Meiteis community. His actions should be strongly condemned and he should be socially boycotted for attempting to exploit Manipur's volatile situations to further his divisive agenda, it's added. In continuations of the annual blood donation programs, 143 CRPF battalion slum health paths has organized blood donation programs at each slum health path CRPF camps on 31st July 2024. During the blood donation camps, a total of 32 volunteers, including CRPF 143 battalions commandants Rabinder Sarma, second in commands Y. Nanda Kishore Singh, deputy commandants Amari Prasad donated bloods. Speaking during the occasions, Rabinder Sarma expressed that though they were persons in uniforms, they also require medical assistance and aid. And in order to provide support for the blood to the people of Manipur, they have been organizing regular blood donation programs.
मैं रविंद्र शर्मा कमांड होम 43 बटालियन से आज हमारे कैंपस के अंदर लिंक्स के साथ ब्लड डोनेशन कैंप लगाया जा रहा है और रक्तदान एक मानवता का बहुत बड़ा सम्मान करने की बात है और हम सैनिक जरूर हैं लेकिन हम भी इस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं तो हमारा ये फर्ज बनता है कि हम इस सोसाइटी को कुछ साथ साथ देते जाएं। हमारा काम केवल लड़ना ही नहीं रक्तदान के बारे में विभिन्न प्रकार की भ्रांति फैलाई जाती है कि रक्तदान जो है देने से कमजोरी आती है, लेकिन कुछ समय के लिए कमजोरी हो सकती है, लेकिन 2-1 महीने के अंदर इसकी कमजोरी ठीक हो जाती है। और ये जितना हम रक्तदान करेंगे नया ब्लड आता रहता है बॉडी के अंदर। और जितने भी हमारे युवा लोग हैं, इन लोगों को सभी को इस चीज़ में पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए। और इस समय मैं रिम्स को भी धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा कि जिन्होंने हमारा सहयोग दिया इस रक्तदान शिविर को आयोजन करने का।
On the other hand, during the blood donation programs, RIMS Transfusion Medicines Head of Departments, Dr. K. Rajchandra Singh expressed his gratitude to the 143 Battalion CRPF in donating blood for the needy and the common people.
I wish all the success for their future endeavors, to continue to safeguard our lovely country and the humanity service to save thousands and thousands of human lives. Though we have so far collected 30 units of blood, it is not that 30 units will save 30 lives. No, we have so many facilities so that we can separate the different components of the blood and we can save 90 lives. And it is a wonderful gesture from 143 Battalion for this humanity services.
On 31st July 2024, the students of the Wangxing High School, Wangxing in Tawal District, staged a one-day protest demanding filling up of their adequate required teachers, repairing of the rooftop of the schools and providing disturbance-free education zone at the premises of the school. Students protested used placard which read as "Give shortage teachers of the school, complete infrastructure of the school, repair the damaged rooftop of the classrooms, make education a free disturbance zone. We want to study freely." In this regard, one girl student named Sana Sams Vidya Lakshmi Devi expressed that the Wangxing High School is one of the important high schools which has maximum numbers of students in Tawal District. It is a co-educational institution, but unfortunately the students-teachers ratio is much less than the requisite ratio. She added that one primary teacher is teaching many students. There is no science teachers in the school. Besides, the rooftop of all the classrooms of the school received severe damage due to the unprecedented hailstorms which occurred on May 5 last. She urged the authority to repair damaged rooftop of the schools at the earliest.
ओजासिंग अवाटसिंग जे हापिनबा हाइजरी अदुगा अखोइगी स्कूल दा थोखिबा लेन यावबा नोंगलै नुसित असिदा तेक्ते तते अकाई नंगलबा जिंगा अहोबसिंग असि मेनबा सरकार दा हाइजब मतम हाइजखरे अदो या कनो तो बिद्रे मेंशन बिनबा कनामता मरी नेनबा अथॉरिटी दा अमता थाबिरक्ट्रे अदुना अखोइ क्लास फजना तौबो फंग्रे फजना सु याउद्रे अदुना मरम अखोइ अवाबा यामना नंगे अदुगा स्कूल दा मरु ओइना थोइबा इरांसिगा मरी लेनना डिमांड कया लाए असि ओजासिंगसु अवाबा कया नंगे मसि मायुकनदनबा हाइजै
स्कूल दिदा लैरिबा स्टाफ मसिंग अदिदा लैरिबा अखोइगी ओजाजिंग दिदा पुबु थांबा ngamdaba डिमांड मयाम लाक्सनबा ओजाजिंग दी अंगांग गैदा लाइक ताखों खंगदबा सुगुंबा प्रॉब्लम मयाम दी यारिगैदी स्कूल दिदा तौबिदनबा ना गार्जियन की महुत चिल्लगा स्कूल की SMTCD कन्वेनर मोइना आई मीडिया की मफम दिखांगे
Updates.
SS Academic Incubation Center Manipur da ahan oina foundation som da satra sing khatta da yumfam oiba amadi hiramasida khang hairabo oza sing khatta na lamjing lamtak piba academic center amani center asina edu nurture haina mingthon jaba foundation course program ama hodok jagadori haina bale angang haibasidi apepele khomga pangkhakoi semning momong da semba yai angang amagi tumgi career ma sembada parents amadi ozagi yamna chawba thodang amo hari batang kagasida makhoibu takpi tambiba amadi makhong saina chathanbiba haibasi oza amagi tawdaba yadaba thodang amani akhoigi center asigi pandamdi makhoigi asonba khangdokpiraga takpi tambiba asin classroom amada satra yamanbana maram oibina oza amadi satra gi interaction wali amadi makhoi asonda area khamdokpa ngamdabagi khudongchadaba kaya ama mayen mahairoi habasi maktabu extra attention mathauta khudongchadaba mayam asi solve tawnabagi damakta akhoigi incubation center asida khudongchaba pizai khudongchaba singa dudi satra amadi ozagi ratio si proportional oina 25:1 oina haibadi class amada satra 25 tagi hana thamda personalized attention haibadi angang amabu kupna yengsinbi regular growth assessment of Biraga, Makoya understanding level Kandok Biraga, proper guidance amadi revision of Biba. Course duration na 4 months ni, shift ani lazagani morning shift na 5 AM to 7 AM, evening shift na 5 PM to 7 PM. Ahan bagi na class 8 mahiroi sing khattagi khudong chaba asipizai. Khudong chaba mayam asigi mathakta mama mapa oiba singna adom gi angang singi weekly basis performance check tawbiduna khudong chaba lobi bayagan. Akhoigi address SS Career Solution, Pauna Bazaar, 2nd floor, Gypsy Building, More Market Lengthok Pirakuna, Akupa Maro Khangi Bayagani, Natraga Makhada Hapchariba number asida contact to Bayagani.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on with a release issued by the Panmei-led UNLF has expressed its deepest apologies in connections with the unfortunate incidents of the July 25th that occurred at Ocean's lawns of the Kumar Lampak, where 4 local sympathizers of the Panmei-led UNLF misbehaved with one Tangkul lady in the area. The release expressed that they involved 4 local sympathizers, namely Taunozam Gopant, Naurem Dingtau Remba, Arambam Tom, and Laishrams Dosni Kumar are untrained members, and they had misbehaved with one Tangkul lady on the fateful nights under the influence of the alcohol, and it is added that such acts are against the rules and regulations of the groups, and befitting disciplinary actions will be initiated against them. Extrajudicial Execution Victims Families Associations Manipur EEVFAM and Human Rights Alerts HRA has heartily welcomes the recommendations of the UN's Human Rights Committee to the Government of India to abolish the requirements of the mandatory prior authorizations of the governments for the prosecutions of the members of the security and armed forces. This is significant as the denials of the prosecution sanctions is blocking all the trials of the armed forces personnel against whom CBI has found prosecutable evidences in the investigation under the WPCR 129 of the 2012. It may be noted that the committee conducted a 4th periodic review of the India under the International Covenants on the Civil and Political Rights on 15 and 16 of July 2024 at Geneva. After 6 hours long reviews wherein the Manipur issues came up at least 13 times, the concluding observations and a recommendation of the committee is finally published as UN documents. The committee is concerned that the requirements of the mandatory prior authorizations of the governments for the prosecutions of the members of the security and armed forces in the context of the counter-terrorism and security and the military operation creates a climate of widespread impunity regarding allegations of the human rights violations. In this regard, the Supreme Court of India in 2016 stated that allegations of the extrajudicial killings must be thoroughly inquired into. However, according to reports, out of the 1,528 documented instances of the extrajudicial killings in Manipur from 1979 to 2012, only 39 first information reports were registered, of which not all have been settled for trials, due amongst other reasons refusals of sanctions for the prosecutions. Descendants of the NZ College Lamphel founders deceased Nongmai Kakpam Gopal's deceased elder sisters Nampli Thamchets in remembrance of her have distributed relief materials for the inmates taking shelters at the Sawongbong relief camps. Grandson Sanzenbam's Deva Huti and the Heritage Convent's Executive Director Sanzenbam Bikrams led the team. The distributions of the relief material was held at the Sanamahi Sanglands. It is to be mentioned that Lining Tao Sanamahi Temple's board Pung Ishai's Folk Institute has been imparting lessons on folk songs and traditional Pung Cholom. The visiting teams of the heritage convents and the grandchildren of the deceased Thamchet expressed their gratitude to the Lining Tao Sanamahi Temple board for imparting such valuable lessons to the internally displaced students who are taking shelters in the relief camps. Father Heritage Convent's Executive Director Vikram stated that his schools is ready to welcome students of the relief camps who are desirous of pursuing their educations in the Heritage Convent schools. It may be noted that the classes on folk music and dance is being imparted every Sunday for the students of the relief camps by teachers Indira Konsams and Samu. The Delhi High Court on July 31st reprimanded the civics body over the deaths of the 3 civil service aspirants in a flooded basement of the coaching centers in the old Rajinder Nagar. The court has also summoned the MCD's commissioners on August 1st, hinting at transferring the probe to a central agency. A bench headed by the acting Chief Justice Manmohan directed the authorities to remove all the encroachments on Rajinder Nagar's area drains by August 2. The court was hearing the petitions filed by the NGO seeking a probes by a high-level committee into the incident as well as investigation into coaching institute running illegally. Meanwhile, the court also took the jibes at the Aam Aadmi Party governments and stated that the court said such tragedies were bound to happen when there was no collections of taxes due to a freebies cultures as per media reports. The bench added, you want to have a previous cultures but don't want to collect taxes. This is bound to happen. Furthermore, the court also said that multi-story buildings were being allowed to operate in the area, a popular UPSC coaching hubs, but there was no proper drainage, further launching a scathing attacks at the civics body. The court said it was bankrupt and couldn't even pay salaries to its employees. A primary investigation has hinted that drainage systems in the area was heavily clogged with silts, which the High Court termed as a strange probe. We understand all stakeholders are responsible. This is a strategy where no person is held responsible. We have to find out where the jurisdictions of one authority ends and the responsibility of another begins, the court said. The court will continue hearing the matters on August 2. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 94028909882 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channels or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channels. Before we wrap up the headlines, once again. 6 sessions of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly begins today. CM and Biren presented budgets for the year 2024-25 in the House. Transport business vehicles appeals for loan waiving in view of the economic distress faced by them due to the 15-month-long crisis. Well, that's all we have for now. Thank you for joining with us and have a great night.